First off, I would like to start this video by saying I am sorry that I have to start out this video by saying I am sick, because I always hate it in videos at the beginning when somebody says they are sorry for sounding sick, and then for the rest of the video they don't sound sick, but I am sick. And, unfortunately, I do not have enough social interaction to know if I sound any different. So, here we are, getting into the video. In Batman the Animated Series, Batman is stronger than the average man. He's able to fight off 4 or 5 opponents at one time, however, is knocked out, outsmarted, or outmatched by a number of villains. But in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, though he is still knocked out by villains occasionally, under much different circumstances I might add, he is able to survive a battle with Darkseid. You could put this down to Batman the Animated Series coming out before the Justice League cartoons, and the creators of Batman the Animated Series wanting to have a more grounded and realistic feel. However, once the Justice League cartoon came out, they needed to make Batman a better fighter to give him a reason to be on the team. But I like to think of it as Batman was always that good and he was just toying with the villains. Batman's various strength levels do bring up an interesting topic, however, one that I would like to talk about this week. The varying levels of Batman's strength. Batman the Animated Series is not in the Batman canon. It's in the DCAU, or Animated Universe, which contains all the shows you know and love from the 90s and early 2000s. More on that in this video, which I have linked to in the description. Shameless plug inserted. And the main Batman comics are in the DCCU, or Detective Comics universe. Other universes are the DCEU, or Detective Comics Extended Universe, containing Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and the like, and the DC TV Universe, also known as the DCCW Universe, with Flash and Arrow. But anyway, you could make the argument that even though Batman the Animated Series doesn't correspond to Batman in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, it doesn't matter, because they don't exist in the same universe as the Batman comics. This is a good point, however, I would reply with a couple of other points. In Batman Year 1, Batman gets into a scuffle with 3 criminals on a fire escape. He of course beats the piss out of them, in spectacular style I might add, but by the end of the fight he's exhausted, and for a second during the fight you honestly don't know if he'll win. Okay, this is cool, and a very street-level version of Batman, but in The Dark Knight Strikes Again, another book supposedly in the same Batman universe, even written by the same person, Frank Miller, Batman is closing in on 70 and easily beats up Superman, who has the strength of at least 10 men. Moments like this are constantly happening. In the comic Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, issue 16, also known as the first issue of Batman Venom, Batman fails to save a little girl because he can't lift a 630-pound boulder. However, in Batman issue 665, he is easily bench pressing over 1,000 pounds. I know bench pressing isn't the same as deadlifting, but that seems really absurd. However, all of these can be chalked up to different writers. Really quickly, I want to say that most of this episode is just a fun little pastime I like to mess around with, so take it with a grain of salt. Actually, do that with all my videos, because most of them are just dealing with fictional characters. But I want to break down the 4 different strength levels I think Batman in the comics can be broken into. In my massively complex 4-part rating system of Batman, the first point is above average. This Batman is able to take down a couple of thugs. He's better than a normal person, but not great. This is a kind of Batman at the beginning of his career, who isn't that well trained, a more grounded, realistic take. Think of Christian Bale's Batman, or the Batman from Batman Earth 1. Maybe even the Thomas Wayne Batman from Flashpoint, but not really. This Batman is constantly making mistakes and getting injured. He mainly fights thugs and can be injured by most people. He's a believable superhero who makes a small amount of difference and is beaten up a lot. I think of Daredevil from Daredevil Season 1 when I think of this. I guess you could also say that he definitely shouldn't be in the Justice League. The second stage in the FGI Batman capability system is believably better than human capability. This type of Batman does things that are believable for a human to do, but are still amazing, like, I don't know, wrestling sharks. He's proficient and would face some supervillains, but wouldn't be able to take down a very strong superperson, like, say, Superman. He could probably take down 10 to 15 armed thugs, or maybe even the SWAT team, but he still couldn't be in the Justice League, and This Batman is probably able to race across rooftops and avoid bullets, but not necessarily not get shot. Batman falling into this category would include Batman Year One, Batman from Batman the Animated Series, and Batman from Batman Venom, the one who couldn't lift a 600-pound boulder. He can do amazing things, but not unbelievable. The third level in my Batman proficiency scale is near superhuman, a Batman with the ability to do things that are amazing, a Batman who fits right into a comic book universe. This Batman is able to take down Superman under the right circumstances. He's definitely a hero, fighting supervillains on a weekly basis. He should be on the Justice League, but isn't one of their strongest members. He's a genius and one of the best martial artists. This Batman truly lives up to the title of the world's greatest detective. He has little to no problem taking out thugs and normal criminals, and Batman falling into this category would be the Batman from the Justice League cartoon, Batman from The Killing Joke, Batman from Batman vs. Superman, This Movie Sucks, Please Stop Us, We Can't Stop Making Bad Movies, and of course, Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. The final level on the Batman pyramid is Superhuman, a Batman who does things no human could do. Though he does do them in a believable fashion, he's an amazing hero. He's able to take down Zod-level threats on a weekly basis, and could go head-to-head with Superman. He's not technically superhuman, but if it was revealed he was, it wouldn't surprise you. He is literally the best human being ever. He's the strongest, the fastest, and the smartest. He's awesome. Examples of this type of Batman would be the New 52 Scott Snyder run, or the Batman from the Tower of Babel. This Batman works on a global level, protecting the world from aliens. He's on the Justice League, and he has every right to be. To put it in Superman's terms, he's the most dangerous man on Earth. But now I have a question for you. What's your favorite type of Batman on this list I just made up? Mine is the superhuman Batman, but that's just me. If you have any opinions on the video, leave them in the comments below, and hey, if you like the video, like and subscribe. But for now, this is FGI, signing off.